Do you guys want to know how to put underglow on your car? Stay tuned and I'm going to show you how. I'm Pete Bennett and you're watching Big Bennett TV. So the first thing you want to do with your underglow is you want to test them. I've already tested them. I got these off of Amazon a couple years ago. They all work, and you want to make sure that you have a nice sunny day like today. So I got them all stretched out. So the first thing I'm going to do pretty much is put the short one on the front, the short one on the back, and the two long ones on the side. We're going to do that now. I'm going to drop this one down through the engine bay. Just like this, so that I don't have to fish the wires up top. I'm going to keep the wires pretty much up here, and then they're going to go right to this box. I'm going to show you guys how to wire in the box too. I'm tying this here just so the wire doesn't fall down on us. So we've got our handy dandy zip ties, which is our cheapest way to mount these lights up. I mean, there's other methods you could do, but right now, I don't feel safe drilling into anything on this car because nothing is solid. It's all rusty. So what I'm gonna do is pretty much fish these zip ties up through here, just like that, and then tie them on. That's exactly where you want it. Make sure she's nice and tight. And you just want to go all the way down the line. Now, I mean, I know what you're thinking, like, oh, it's not mounted good, or this or that, but the thing is, guys, no one's gonna be, when you're racing up and down the road, nobody's gonna see your zip ties. They're only gonna focus on one thing, and that's gonna be the lights. So don't worry about being fancy when it's underneath the car, because there's way more shit that you have to worry about than being fancy. Like, there's a high volume of rust underneath this car. There we go. So we already have one of them installed. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do the other three, and then we'll start wiring this bad boy in. This is the switch right here that I got. It's a three-prong switch. One's gonna be for the power, the other's gonna be for the ground, and the other's gonna be for the switch. Right now, Paul is he's gonna drill a hole in the panel that we chose to mount the switch.
Hopefully the switch fits.
Yeah, let's see if she fits. And that's a nice clean, you can't get a cleaner hole than that.
Usually you would want to use a center punch, but unfortunately they're at the shop.
That's a nice fit too, eh?
Kind of fit good.
And it's gonna be like, it's gonna look like a really flush.
It's gonna be hella flush. It's gonna be so flush, you have to screw it in.
Oh, is that what you're doing now?
Trying.
Or do you need to maybe just like...
I think we need the next millimeter size hole saw. As we would say at Universal, by eye construction.
Really?
You just shove it in.
Yeah, we need that to be like nice and flush, Paul.
Hella flush.
Flush mount. And this is like a fuse panel too, so if you guys ever like don't want the hole there, or if you want to like, yeah, that looks pretty good, eh? And if you don't ever want it, you can just buy a new fuse panel and go back to stock, but
boom.
But that looks pretty sleek, and you're not drilling into your dash or anything like that. You're drilling into a replaceable part.
Flush.
That's flush. So we'll get back to putting the other parts of the lights on, and then we're gonna put some power to this beast. So pretty much right now, if you guys look right there, I drilled that hole out for the so I pulled this out, this panel out, and this little styrofoam pluggy was right there. So I took the Christmas tree bit and drilled that out with actually, that's actually a factory hole put there to run the clutch pedal, but this one doesn't have a clutch pedal, so we were able to just drill that one out and use that for our wiring hole. Now you probably should use like a rubber grommet or something like that to make sure the wires don't chafe, but tell them, Paul.
We don't got any grommets.
Yeah, we don't got grommets. This is the bit. This is the same bit that we used to drill the hole for the switch. Right now, Paul's doing a twist and tie with electrical tape because he doesn't want to solder. Solder would just take too long, and
it is expensive.
It doesn't even. Honestly, you don't even need to solder your stuff. You only want to solder your stuff if it's going to be there for like the length of the car. And the length of this car is not very long, so I think these wires will hold up longer than the life of the car. But right now, we also got these little pieces that you break off and then wire it, and it should be pretty good. Paul's a master trailer wire, Paul, or
only horse buggies.
Yeah, he builds horse buggies professionally. We got most of it wired up here. We got the power wire wired down all the way through the firewall to the switch. Well, our rocker switch. Paul's tying it up right now with electrical tape. And then we got the ground and the power on a switch. And then as soon as you put it on, the light comes on. Put it off, light goes out. So we got that. The only issue that we're having now is I ran, well, you can see by pretty much the zip ties that I ran the right side, left side, front, but the issue is with this cable right here, it's not long enough to go from the rear bumper, like say that this is just the rear, but say that's the rear bumper, hypothetically, the cable can't be ran to the box. So what I think we're gonna do with this spare one is we're gonna put it under the dash for your feet. So we're not gonna have rear underglow, but we're gonna have underglow at the feet. It'll be just as good. I mean, we can't just waste and not use it if it can't reach, and quite frankly, I'm not gonna splice into all these and chance ruining it. So I'm gonna probably try and put these up under the feet. I'm gonna show you pretty much the what it looks like on the sides. So it's right here, and you can't see it when you're standing at eye level or even low. So that's good, it's hidden. All the wires are gonna be tucked away, and then on this side it's the same thing. like that. And then the wire goes through here, right there, and then up through that hole, and then over. That's the manifold there, so it's not touching the manifold. So it's all clean, installed. I'll show you guys the finished product with the switch. I'm gonna trim that zip tie, but if you look, that's where the switch went. Right here, boom. So, I mean, you could put it right here, but I didn't want to do anything to the dash, so I put it right in here. Just quick, lights on, lights off. So pretty easy. And then the other one, if you can see, I put, that's a little piece to the cable. But yeah, and that's the that right there is the ground wire, and those ones right there are all the wires that I drilled through the little clutch spot. They're not tugging or anything, they're going right, and that is the wire to the lights. So after about, I'd say about 10-15 minutes, we got this underglow installed. Would you say it took about 10-15 minutes, Paul, or a little bit longer?
A little bit longer.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump up the tire. I'm going to get it off of these ramps and shuffle the cars around, and I'm gonna show you guys a clip of this when it turns nighttime. When it's night out, we'll do some good shots, and you can see what it looks like at night. Until then, I'm gonna shuffle the cars around. It's nighttime now, and if you can see behind me, the underglow is looking good. You can see pretty much the side, pretty bright. It's really bright. And then we got the front here. The front looks good. And then the side view. And then I'll show you what it looks like inside. Boom. It's lit up. It lit up real good. So I'm gonna go around the block. Man, it looks cool though, eh?
Oh yeah.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
With that being said, it's a little bit past my bedtime. It is, I don't know if that's focusing or not, but it's 2:28 a.m. I'm going to get some shut-eye. I hope this helped you out. If it did, hit the subscribe button. If it didn't help you out, leave a comment. Let me know what could help you out. I'll see you guys when we do something else to this, because I'm getting tired of seeing this in the driveway. I'm just gonna get it done and gone and do something else, because it's not that good. See you guys in the next one. Peace.